Andy Souza, CEO of the Community Food Bank.
Good.
All right. So, Andy, can you tell me why the Community Food Bank is out here today while we're talking about our water allocations?
Sure. Unfortunately, the water allocation has a direct impact on the services we provide, especially what we're already hearing on the west side of Fresno County, and now with today's announcement reaching down into Tulare and Kern counties as well. So we've been anticipating, based on what we saw in 2009, that when we had a 25% water allocation, we were serving an additional 15 to 18,000 families a month. We're afraid that number is going to probably reach 20 to 25,000 now, and that's not only is it a larger number, but right now we're serving about 6,000 families in the west side of Fresno County. And unfortunately what that means is right now that's supplemental food. That's 3-4 days worth of food. We're going to unfortunately be transitioning to maybe 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks worth of food to 20 to 25,000 people. So that's going to be a huge impact on us. The good news is we went through this in 2009. We're prepared. We've had a lot of lessons learned. We've been working on this for a few months already as a staff. So, I mean, our folks are ready. We're ready to hit the ground when the state says that the resources are available. We're going to get out there and make sure nobody's going to sleep hungry.
Now, I was actually speaking to somebody a couple of days ago who said to me that the drought is not going to affect everybody and the farmers needed to stop worrying about it. What would you say to somebody has that kind of mentality that this drought is very limited to only affecting the farmers?
Well, unfortunately, I think if you're not from the area and if you don't have an understanding, you could probably see how somebody could draw that conclusion. I would just invite them to come volunteer at one of our distributions and take the time to, as we do, get to know the families affected. Because unfortunately, just last week we were out in San Joaquin at a distribution and talking with people in line, and their message consistently was, "Thank you very much for being here. We're very grateful. We're appreciative, but we just want to work. We don't want to rely on the food bank. We don't want to have to rely on the federal or state government. We want to be able to provide for our families." And so it's really rather gut-wrenching to be standing there with families who know that for the next 9 months they're going to have very limited, if any, work available to them, and that their only means of most of them for their food is going to be from the federal government, the state government, or the community food bank. And that's a tough situation for these people to be in.
What can a community member do? Maybe somebody who's doing a little bit better right now. What can they do to help out now?
Well, certainly, donations are always accepted because, unfortunately, there are going to be people who fall through the cracks. And we're going to make sure that simply because they don't meet a certain set of guidelines that the state or the federal government might put out, that they're not going to go to sleep hungry. So we're going to be really ramping up our services to those people as well. But give us a call at the Community Food Bank, 237-3663. We'd love to have you volunteer. Come on out to some of the distributions and really just help us engage. And because a lot of this is not just the physical side of food, which is important, but it's also for folks to see that other people do care, that the community does care. We understand to a certain level what they're going through, but we just want to be there to help. That means a lot to the people we serve.